I wrote this song 10 years ago. Somehow it just makes perfect sense with something that happened in the news recently. And a 1, 2, 3, 4. Our president fell off his bike. 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 Hey, Jenga Joe, are you feeling alright? Falling faster than a domino, I hope he's alright. Remember to wear your helmet tonight. Mr. President, you fell off your bike. Our president fell off his bike. Our president fell off his bike. Joe made a left when he should have right. Our president fell off his bike. Hey there, clumsy Joe, are you feeling nice? Out in Delaware without a care, yeah, everyone was there. Secret Service just let you go ahead. Thank God you had a helmet on to protect your presidential head. Our president fell off his bike. 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 Joe had those little gloves on that are cut off at the fingers and stuff. Was riding that 10-speed tough. Hey Joe, that fucking stop, it looked a little rough. Oh, he got right up, and he said, I'm alright. Oh, the president fell off his bike. Oh, our president fell off his bike. Our president fell off his bike. Our president fell off his bike. Yeah, yeah. But he's alright. Welcome. Like this fucking ghetto ass mic I made. Welcome back to the LoPriore podcast. I'm your host, Danny LoPriore. My co-host, Michael, has been sick, not feeling too well. And then, he had a memorial for a close friend that passed away. And literally on the day of the memorial, one of our friends from home passed away on that day. And he's going through it, and it was my decision, executive decision. I said, listen, I don't want to force you to be funny or do a funny show if you're not feeling up to it. I want the show to be genuine. I want you to be happy. So, I gave him the night off. I think when like a lot of serious stuff happens, sometimes you just gotta look past the work stuff and the all the other things and just leave people alone. I'm a big fan of leaving people alone. I don't see why people can't leave people alone, especially when they want to be left alone. You know what I mean? It's very tough for me. Because I'm one of those people that likes to be left alone. If I'm someone and I see a certain person that's just having a hard time, I'm going to ask them if they're okay. Like, that's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to ask them if they're okay, and then I'm going to shut the fuck up. Because this is when you ask somebody if they're okay, you only get so many shots, right? You get, hey, are you okay? And then they say, yeah. And then you get one follow-up question, and you go, you sure? And then they go, yeah, I'm fine. And then that's it. You know? It's one of those things. Some people just want to be left alone. I hope you guys like the way I lit the studio today. I have like these like crazy floor lights going on right now. So I can't see anything. Every time I look down into one, my eyes explode. Like I'm looking into the camera after I looked at one of these lights, like staring directly into the fucking sun. Do you guys remember when everybody was making glasses out of like cereal boxes to stare at the sun? What the fuck was that about? Why did we do that? We're like, hey man, the sun's going to be like ultra bright. I forgot what it was. It was like some weird ass eclipse that will like burn your retinas through your asshole. And I remember just being like, hey, why is everybody cutting cereal boxes? You know? Who was the first person to say, this is what you got to do? Cut a cereal box and turn it into goggles. And then you'll be able to safely stare at the sun. Don't think so, Jack. And I do remember that I looked at the sun that day without goggles. I remember everybody was going through this phase with whatever that was, fucking sonar eclipse or whatever the fuck it was called. And they were like, guys, don't look at the sun, because if you do, you're going to go fucking blind. Like you'll never see ever again. That's what they were saying on the news. They were saying, if you stare at the sun without a cereal box, you're going to go blind. That's how America works. That's what America runs on. Cereal boxes and crazy eclipses and shit. Eclipses? Eclipses? Eclipse eyes. Eclipse eyes. Anyway, so Joe Biden fell off his bike. Which, I mean, come on. I'm a big fan of falling down unless it's happening to me. If it's happening to me, I'm not the biggest fan of it. It kind of bothers me. I get a little upset and I get a little mad at everything that's going on, like in my life. Like if I were to fall down, I'm immediately going to like think of my credit score or like think about somebody who wronged me and like see them laughing at me. You know, I'll see like TransUnion and Equifax and all those other places that do credit stuff laughing at me like, look at you, you can't even pay your credit card bills and you fell. You fucking loser. And then I just imagine like a kid from my childhood that used to bother me, laughing at me, just pointing at me, laughing. You know? And what's that weird like point and laugh stance that people do? They have to do this. Why do you have to lean back and grab your belly? What is that about? You know, I fell down. Shouldn't warrant you to lean back, point and grab your goddamn belly and laugh at me, you son of a bitch. But I laughed at Joe. I did. I did laugh at Joe Biden for falling off his thing because I feel like presidents shouldn't fall, you know? I feel like presidents shouldn't fall because I feel like it'll show weakness to like the other country. I think that's why presidents don't wear glasses. I think we've talked about this on the show. Because if you're a president and you wear glasses, you look weak. So Joe Biden riding around on his bike with his bike clothes and his little bike gloves. I love when these gloves that people wear, and it's like, hey, I need these so I don't get callousy hands. So I'm going to have my little fingies exposed, and then I'm going to have a nice fucking cut out Hulk Hogan NWO glove. You know what I'm saying, brother? fucking Hulk Hogan glove, fucking like it's not like a weightlifter's glove, but it was like a glove that like you would wear one of them in the 80s if you were in a gang, like, or like in the 70s. And you would wear one and you would always like make a fist with it. It was like a fishnet. It was see-through. That's what I think when I see those gloves. I hate when people wear gloves in the gym. It's like, dude, you want to get callousy fingers and callousy hands because that shows that you're a badass. You pick things up and you put them down. That's why. You're worried about how your hands are going to feel? I want Matchbox hands. I want Matchbox hands. I have a world record for Matchbox cars stacked on my ass, by the way, if anybody doesn't know that. I have a world record. Most of you do know, but maybe some of you don't. But I do have a world record where I stacked Matchbox cars on my ass. Yeah, but Joe Biden falls off his bike, right? And I'm like, hey, Joe, I'm watching him. Like, at first, I thought he tried to do that cool thing that all the cool kids used to do with bikes. Like, they would ride up to a group of people and fucking just, like, side brake it. Side braking was so fucking dope when you were a kid. If you could side brake, like tail whip, side brake, you got mad kisses. Like, you kissed mad girls if you could side brake a fucking bike, dude. Fucking fishtail, pull up on like 4 7th grade girls. I mean, he's also in 7th grade, He's not an adult. I'm just saying, like, if I was in 7th grade and I fishtailed my bike up against a group of girls, I'm kissing at least 3 of them. Because I just did that. Think about it. Being able to do that as a kid, it was like cooler than anything else you could do. Like, obviously having sex as a kid, like, is cool in the moment, but then when you think about it later on in life, you're like, that was kind of weird. Shouldn't have done that. I was a child. I lost my innocence. But bike tricks are great. So what I thought that Joe was doing, he was like, oh, hey, what's up, my supporters? I'm going to pull up and fishtail this bitch. And just be like, what's going on, guys? I'm the president. Let me, like, say what's up to you in my cool sunglasses and my helmet and my gloves, But he's had a history of falling down, I feel like. I remember one time he was running up the Air Force One stairs. Air Force One stairs, and he kind of fell, and then he fell again, And I was like, oh, that sucks. But when I saw this one with the bike, I couldn't help but just break into hysterics. Because watching anybody fall down is hilarious, but watching the leader of the free world fall down, he's human too. He's just like us. He's just like us. He falls, we fall. But I thought it was just like a great metaphor for America, Like, it was a great metaphor for America because we're falling. So if our leader fell, he falls down, gas went up. President falls down, rent goes up. So in a way, him falling down is a metaphor for where our country is going. Because he decided to fall down and everything financially is going up. We're going to have a financial depression in this country in next 4 or 5 years. This isn't a political show at all. We're talking about the president falling down. But I'm just saying, him falling down, like, the stock market went down the day that Joe Biden fell down off his bike. That's how much of the leader, the commander-in-chief. Is it commander-in-chief or commander-in-chief? Commander-in-chief. N-chief. All right, yeah. The commander-in-chief falls down on his bike. Stock plummets. Cryptocurrency, toilet, right? This isn't a coincidence, guys. The rest of the world is laughing at us because our president fell off his bike. He went for a little spinaroo and fell down. And we're crashing. It was a metaphor for America. You know? And people are going to be like, "Oh my God, this sounds like a very far right thing." It has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with that. I just know how to connect the dots. You know? You want to know what was a funny thing? I don't know if I'll get in trouble for saying this word, but whatever. When Republicans were calling liberals libtards. the word libtard is it's so outrageous to think that one, and by outrageous I mean hilarious, because if I was like a super liberal, right? I'm pretty liberal, you know. I vote Democratic. People know that, but for me, whenever I hear the word libtard used in a sentence towards a liberal person, it's gonna get a chuckle out of me. It's like people falling down. It's like falling down, hit in the nuts, libtard, and like Always Sunny in Philadelphia. You know, like it's those four things in order that are gonna make me laugh the most. But yeah, I don't know why that word is so funny to me, because I feel like it's something that you would make up in like an Xbox chat room. You know? Like if you like liberated like a group of people in a like a Call of Duty game, they would call you like a libtard. You know? I don't know why I think that's so funny. So I was in a supermarket by my building the other day, and I was getting a sandwich. I want everybody to comment below what their favorite sandwiches is, or just tweet at me what your what's your go-to sandwich. But my go-to sandwich a lot of the times is like honey turkey, Munster cheese, lettuce tomato, Russian dressing. I like that sandwich a lot. I like Munster cheese more than most cheeses, actually. But yeah, that's usually my go-to sandwich. So I'm going there, I'm ordering my sandwich. It's my go-to. I know the guy behind the thing. He knows me. And there's a guy in there that I've never seen, and he's like in a suit or whatever. And he looks at me and he goes, "You look like you just came home from Rikers Island." We had no preamble before this either. He looks at me and goes, "You look like you just came home from Rikers Island." So there's so many things going through my head. I'm like, all right, he's a white gentleman. I was like, white people go to jail too. So like, I'm not immediately going to be like, is this guy like profiling me? But the balls to say that to someone, because what if I did just come home from Rikers Island? You know? And he was like, "You look like you just came home from Rikers Island." And I just fucking stabbed them up. You know what I mean? Or like I took my shirt off and just revealed mad jail tats and shit. And was just like, "Yeah, ese, I just got home, man. Fuck you talking about, ese?" Just fucking stabbed him, man. Poked him up, you know what I mean? What kind of an opening line is that? I'm going to use that on a girl, you know, just as a social experiment. You know what I mean? I'm just going to be like, "Damn, girl, you look like you just got home from Rikers Island." I guarantee it doesn't work, you know? "God damn, girl, you look like you just came home from Rikers Island." Fuck. Fuck. But it stuck with me, and it fucked with me so much that I got a haircut. As you guys can see, I got a haircut. I got a buzz cut fade. A buzz cut fade is what I like to call it. You know what I mean? I don't want to go bald all the way around, because then it's like too like Britney Spears. Like people would worry about me if I cut that much hair off. But like this haircut like kind of suits me well. I like to have a little bit on top, a little extra on top. You know, I think the way the light hits my hair, it actually makes it nice. And I have this cute little cowlick that reminds me of when I was 13, and I would have these like little cute haircuts. You know. You ever look at pictures of yourself when you were a kid and you're just like, there's no way that's me. There was no way I was that innocent and pure and adorable and cute. You know? And then like you look at yourself now, you're like, what the fuck happened to you? You're a sick freak. Disgusting freak. Gargantuan, sick, disgusting freak. Unrecognizable, gross freak. You know? I hate people that look just like they did when they were kids. Fuck you. I was at the doctor the other day and I asked my doctor if I can get tested for testosterone, and she wouldn't do it. So I was like, wait, I thought like when you go to a doctor, you could pretty much like get whatever you want tested. And so I was like, hey, I want to get my testosterone tested. And she looked at me and she goes, no. I was like, why? She was like, well, you're not exhibiting signs of it. But I was like, yeah, but you're my doctor. And I want to know what my testosterone levels are because I'm 33 now. And she told me no. Is that legal? I feel like a doctor, it's like, especially if you have insurance, you should be able to do whatever you want in there. You know what I mean? Like if I went in there and was just like, hey, like I'm worried about my wiener, like your doctor has to look at your wiener. Or if you're a girl and you're like, hey, my vajanjans is like going crazy, you know, doctor has to look at it. They have a whole doctor for vajanjans. And they have doctors for pipes. And they have doctors for beeholes. You know what I mean? And titties. You know? They got specialists in all sexual pleasure places. There's a dude right now studying tits. There's a dude right now studying vagina. There's a dude right now studying a butthole. There's a dude right now studying a penis. And you're looking at him. No, women do stuff too. You know, I think I'm kind of at a point now in my life where at some point I'll understand that I suck. I think I'm kind of getting to that point now. It's like I kind of sit in a situation with myself and I'll have honest conversations with myself. I think it's healthy to talk to yourself. I think it's one of the best, most beneficial things that we have over other species is because we're able to self-criticize, you know, and not in a bad way, in like a good way, you know, like we could talk to ourselves and try to figure ourselves out, you know, like if we have a negative thought, if we say it out loud, maybe it sounds better or sounds worse, you know, depending on how fucked up your life is. But, you know, I just think like as soon as I get to like 35, it's going to sink in that I suck. You know, and I think that's perfectly fine, you know, because I don't want to be the middle of the road when I'm 35, you know, like that's a crash course for midlife crisis. In my book, at least, I had my midlife crisis. I had my midlife crisis when I was like 27, 28, you know, so I kind of already been there. I would understand how to get through it, but I don't want to be middle of the road. I either want to suck or be really cool. I'm cool with both. And here's why. Suck is kind of safe. It's safe to suck. In most things, it's safe to suck real hard. You know? Where it's not safe to suck is like early in life. You don't want to suck early in life. It's okay. Like the older you get, the suckier you can be. But that's fine. Because I'd rather be all or nothing. I don't want to suck some days and then like not suck some days. I want to suck for life. You know? It's weird how the word suck can be so both ends of the spectrum, you know? It's like, oh my God, that sucks. And it's like, oh my God, like, you know, it stinks. It's horrible. It sucks. you know, and then like it could flip it around and just be like, yo, I got my dick sucked, and it's awesome. You know, is that a homophone? It's a homophone. I said homophone. Sorry about that. Homophobe. Homophone. Hominous. But yeah, that's weird. How we made sucks cool two ways. Sucks goes B ways. I'm cool with sucks. Speaking of sucks, let's talk about the Drake album. Drake just put out an album called Honestly Nevermind. I think it's very well titled. Because I don't think I'll ever listen to it again. And I'm a big Drake fan. Nobody in like my group of friends nobody fucks with Drake more than I do. I'm a big Drake fan. I love Drake's music. But this was just like so weird to me. And then like people are trying to justify it to me, just being like, yo, he made it for Virgil, bro. I'm like, cool, he could have made it good. You know? And then people are like, yo, that's just not your wave. Like you're not in the house wave. It's not your wave. Stop telling me my fucking wave is. All right? What are you, fucking surfer? Just read my goddamn waves. You fucking weatherman. Don't tell me anything about my waves. I know what my waves are. I know what my wave is. No one can tell me my wave. I know what my wave is. And I'm wavy as shit. It just didn't sound good. It just didn't sound like cohesive music. And I know like house music is like all over the place and shit, but like, listen, I don't want an album that sounds like it's gonna get played in Zara forever from one of my favorite artists. That's, you know, just me being me. You know, if that makes me not wavy, then I guess I'm not wavy. You know what I mean? Like, this album looks like it's just going to be played in every Forever 21 for, like, the rest of time. And, like, you know, music is subjective. Art is subjective, so you can like what you like and you can dislike what you dislike. I don't like that people get so upset when people say that they don't like something. It would be different if I said, hey, this album sucks and you suck. Then that's different, because now I'm coming after you. But if I just say that something objective as art sucks, you can't really be mad at someone for that. You can't really get mad at somebody for saying something sucks to them. You know? Because now you're just like, what are you defending? Are you defending art? You fucking nerd. You know? What are you going to defend art to me? It's like, that reminds me of like that. Remember that little Jewish guy that was like yelling at that dude playing the trumpet outside of his building? Of like his workplace. He's like, you don't know creativity. You don't know. I walked Bob Dylan up on stage. You have no talent, sucker. Do you guys remember that guy? If you've never seen that video, watch guy yells at trumpet player. And it's one of the funniest videos of all time. He's like, I was at Woodstock. He's like rocking back and forth. He's like, quietness is where the birthplace of creativity. I was like, dude, first of all, if anybody ever yelled at me and formed some big ass sentence like that, I'm punching you in the face. Don't ever form a sentence that big and like that like fire towards me, because I'm going to fuck you up because I didn't think of it first. That's the first thing that's going to happen. You know? Quietness is the birthplace of creativity. She'd be like, damn, that's deep, but now I have to fuck you up. Now I have to bust your ass because you said some fire shit. But yeah, I just think that when it comes to music, like, let people have their opinions. You know? Why are we defending artists? You know? If it's Drake's best friend, I get it. I get like you getting so upset. And I'm guilty of this too. You know, I'm not saying that I'm not guilty of this. But like when people argue about objective things and then it leads to them arguing, like having a real like argument, like friends, what are we doing? Like, people, think about that. I just want you to process this. People have punched each other in the face over who's a better rapper, or who's a better artist, or who's a better basketball player, who's a better football player. Because that's when things get personal. You'll be like, yo, like, fucking Patrick Mahomes sucks. And then, like, somebody's like, he doesn't suck. And then it's like, your fucking mom's a slut. Like, you know, that's just how fast things happen, you know, in the world. Because when people are on the defense and they don't have a great point to bring forward, they're going to bring up your mother's sexual, you know, past and placivity or whatever that word is. You know, it's all going to come back to something personal, you know, or like something dumb you said in the past will be revisited, you know. It's like, oh, like, you know, they'd be like, oh, like Patrick Mahomes sucks. It's like, oh, it's like, remember that time, like, you know, you thought you saw a Sasquatch like in your backyard going through your garbage, but it turned out to be your grandpa. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it gets personal, and then people's feelings get hurt, and then people get hurt physically, or friendships end. Friendships have ended over shit like this. Let's not do that. Let people have their opinions. And opinions. I don't know why I sound like that, but whatever. I'll run with it. Opinions. Let people have their opinions when it comes to art. Be open to a conversation. Let's not judge everybody for what their thing is. And don't tell me what my wave is. Nobody should be able to tell anybody else what their wave is. All right? Worry about your own goddamn waves. Surf your own ocean. All right? Shred your own gnar. You know? Board your own POW. Bay your own blades. Trade your own Pokemon cards. Check your own oil, dude. Walk your own dog, man. Not trying to see that over here, dude. Well, this is my first stand-up set ever. Thank you guys for coming out. Appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, this is my first stand-up set live. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was my first live half hour of stand-up. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. But if you say it sucks, I'll understand, because it's art, and that's perfectly fine. You know, there's a couple more things I wanted to talk about, and a couple more things that I want you guys to understand about me. One, I'm losing weight. Thank you very much, everybody that's reached out. Also, the fact that I've lost weight has, you know, it's inspired me to do other things. It's inspired me to do other things in terms of, like, you know, not just physical things, but like mental things. Once you can get over the mental barrier of like exercising and eating better, you kind of get to a point where you're like, you know, all things are possible. And then, like, if you're like weird, it's like all things are possible through God and Christ, you know. But I'm kind of weird, so like I'll say, like, you know, thank God, you know. But I think at this point, I just want to keep going in the right direction and like taking care of my body and stuff. And that feels really good. But I want people to know that, you know, the people that are reaching out to me about like what I'm doing, I've told people what I'm doing. I'm just intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting. That's what I'm doing. But yeah, I'm just doing that, and I'm dieting, but like I'm not like killing myself with it. You know what I mean? Like being like, all right, let's have I can have 2 croutons today. All right, like looking forward to cutting a crouton in half and like sucking on it for like 45 minutes. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm enjoying food. I'm just watching my portions. I'm fasting, and I'm drinking like more water, and I'm not eating late at night. That's what I used to love to do. Just like 2:30 in the morning, come home, throw a Hot Pocket in there, and eat that shit, even though it's burning the inside of my mouth. The first bite of a Hot Pocket is fucking all out war. It's a horrible experience, but I wouldn't change it for anything because that's another mental hurdle that I have to get through. I could beat this hot ass pocket. You know, they don't call it fucking Hot Pockets for nothing. Remember lean pockets? Bro, get the fuck out of here with that. Okay? Don't ever come to me with a lean pocket. I want a Hot Pocket. All right? I'm going to name my 3 favorite Hot Pocket flavors, okay? I'm going to name it after we do the ads. So, guys, so let's get into the ads. Our friends over at BetterHelp, thank you for sponsoring the show. Our friends at BetterHelp are the best. I love everything about BetterHelp. Somebody, as you guys know, I do have a mental health podcast called Off the Cuff. Cheap plug. But our friends at BetterHelp, they've been with us since the beginning of the show. And there's nothing I love more about BetterHelp because during COVID, it was actually something that I was able to use very much to, help with what I was dealing with mentally. Not a lot of doctors' offices, if any, were open. And people were really trying to find help when it came to their mental health issues. And BetterHelp was there for me. So, this is something that I'm very happy that I get to be a part of, and I'm very happy that they get to be a part of our show. And thank you, BetterHelp, for the sponsor, but this is something that they love me so much, they want to hook you guys up with something. So if you go to betterhelp.com, that's BetterHelp.com/LOPS, LOPS, you will go ahead and you will get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com. And this is something that you guys need to know. It's much more affordable than going to the therapist in person. You got to pay a lot of money out of pocket. Not everybody has insurance, and it's very, very tough for people to find help. And especially now, because since doctors' offices have opened up, nobody really has like vacancies, or time slots. They're all very, very, very busy. So, if you're feeling like you need to talk to somebody right now, I would really recommend going to betterhelp.com/LOPS, get 10% off your first month. I've always loved working with BetterHelp, and listen, they're great. You guys have to know that your mental health is your wealth, dog. It's a corny cliche, but it really is. So this is what I want you guys to do. I want you to go to betterhelp.com. That's BetterHelp.com /LOPS, and go ahead and get your mental health game on point. Okay? And then let's go to our other friends, our lovely, lovely friends of the show, Manscaped. Listen, this is what you need to know about Manscaped. If you have a hairy nutsack and your pubes are just out of this world, outrage, you need the proper toolage to clean your balls. You know what I mean? You need the proper toolage to be Calvin Coolidge in your pants. Did any president ever have a fucking cooler name than Calvin Coolidge? What? Anyway, shave your balls with the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, all right? Get the weed whacker so you can get that ear hair and the nose hair out of there. That's something that's been happening to me. Like, I'm starting to grow hair in my ears, so I use my weed whacker all the time. I didn't even know hair can grow in your ears until you were like 100 years old. You can get the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant, Crop Reviver Toner, Performance Boxer Briefs, and a travel bag to hold your goodies that clean your goodies. Get the Performance Package 4.0. It gets it all, man. It gets everything that you need to clean your testicles. This is what you need to do right now to get 20% off and free shipping. Go to manscaped.com, insert code LOPS, LOPS, all right, and start cleaning your downstairs mix up, because there's nothing a lady or a dude, whatever way you swing, however you identify, being a hairy little bastard is not the wave. And I know we were talking about not telling people they're waves, but I'm just saying, clean it up. It's hot outside these days. You don't want sweaty bajunks. You know? You don't want a sweaty trunk. You want to keep it clean down there. That's why you need the Performance Package 4.0. Manscaped.com. Use the promo code LOPS. Get 20% off and free shipping. There's nothing better than it. Okay? Don't use the clipper that you use for your head on your nuts. It's not built for it. All right? Manscaped has skin-safe technology. That's all you need to know. Skin-safe. Those other things are not skin-safe. 20% off. Manscaped.com. Promo code LOPS. Go get it. Stop being dumb. Bite the bullet. Shave your penis. I pitched that to the Manscaped guys in the last meeting we were in. They did not like it. I said I was going to do it. Bite the bullet. Shave your penis. That's it. And if you have like a couple like shaft lingerers, get them out of there. All right? With the weed whacker. You could just go get it out of there. And your penis stays so safe and so clean. And then if you have like a crevice, they have a light on it too that like gets in your crev. And then you can get all the hair out of your crev. Manscaped.com. Promo code LOPS. 20% off. Free shipping. Do it now. But yeah, so my favorite flavors of Hot Pockets. This one's gross, but cheeseburger, it's a mad good Hot Pocket, bro. Mad good Hot Pocket. The meatball one, fire, dog. And then I like regular pizza one. Like I'm cool with the regular pizza. I'm cool with the regular pizza one. I don't mind the regular pizza one at all whatsoever. I think that's one of the best flavors. Can't go wrong with it. It's like a little pizza, little like inverted pizza. You know, I was talking about my haircut before, and like, you know, like a lot of people see me get this haircut and have a beard, and then like they would call me like DJ Khaled, but like I wear glasses. DJ Khaled doesn't wear glasses. Call me Dr. Khaled, if anything. You know, there's DJ Khaled and there's Dr. Khaled. I have glasses. Respect my doctorate, okay? If that's what you're gonna do. I don't want to hear about that. Fuck my whole day up. Speaking of fuck my whole day up is so Father's Day. Shout out to all the fathers that listen to the show. Hope you had a great Father's Day. So I went on Apple and I ordered some headphones for my father for Father's Day. Because that's what you do. You try to, you know, fix all your guilt and problems with each other. Through gift giving and weird side hugs. You know, that's how like uncomfortable people hug. They do this thing where they reach around your shoulder. They don't like come in front of you. They'll do this like weird like side like head onto your head like shoulder thing. Dude, if you're going to hug me, just fucking hug me. Don't do this weird like, you know, homophobic hug with me, all right? Go all the way. Straight dudes need to hug more in 2022. And let's stretch that into 2023. But yeah, so like I ordered this thing, these headphones for my father, and they have same day delivery. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting ready to go somewhere. I'm going to get ready. I won't have to worry about going to the Apple store, waiting, doing the whole thing. God will bring it to me. So I put the order in, and it gets picked up by a guy, and it gets marked as delivered. So I'm like, oh, great. Okay. I'll check outside my door. It's not there. I said, I'll check downstairs with the doorman. It's not there either. I said, I'll check with the security. Not there either. So I said, hey, security, do me a favor. Can we spin this tape back a little bit? Can we spin it? He said, yeah, we could spin it. Because it said it was delivered at this time. So we're looking at the entrance, and nobody comes through the entrance. So that's when it dawned on me that this Uber Eats driver stole my father's Father's Day gift without giving a fuck. This guy went to Apple. I spent my money. He went to Apple, picked up my gift, my property that I purchased for my father. on the day of his day of being a father. And he just decided, I'm going to steal it. I'm going to steal this from this man. And it doesn't matter because I don't care about his father, his money, or his happiness. So the guy ruined my Father's Day, and I'm not even a dad. And I tried to get my dad a gift, and, I went to the Apple store. So I go to the Apple store, and I say, hey, guys, just so you know, someone stole my headphones that I got for my father. And the woman looked at me and said, oh, my gosh, these Uber Eats drivers, they're the worst. So I'm looking at her like, okay, are you gonna like finish the sentence, or is this like, or is that your contribution to this fucking conversation we're having? She goes, oh my God, they're the worst. I'm like, yeah, okay, so I know he's the worst. That's the reason I'm here is because he's the worst. He stole my dad's gift. I already know he's the worst. So 3 to 5 seconds of awkward silence where we're staring into each other's eyes. It felt like 3 minutes, but it was probably only like 5 seconds. And we're staring at each other, and I just go, well? And she goes, what can I help you with? So I look around, and I'm trying to see if anybody, that's a big thing I like to do. I like to see if anybody else is seeing this. You know? That's a big thing. People, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? I've never had anybody say, yeah, I'm seeing it. I get a couple of these. I've gotten those, but I've never gotten, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. So I'm doing the I'm seeing it. I'm looking around. I'm doing the I'm seeing it. And I look into the woman's eyes. I go, where are my headphones? And then she goes, well, I don't know. I said, okay, so you don't know. I don't know. The only person that knows is this guy, Mark P. Driver for Uber Eats. He knows. So there's this thing that you could do. Now I'm being condescending. Now I'm being a dick. Because now she looks at me and she goes, oh, no, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. No, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So I'm like, okay. There's this thing, yeah, called Uber Eats, yeah, where you could trace, yeah, the people who are there, yeah, and the people that take your stuff, yeah. So I said, can you guys contact Uber Eats? No. First thing I said is, can you give me the information to the driver so I can call him? Because in my mind, I didn't want to jump all the way out the window like he stole it. Maybe he had like other deliveries and he was going to get back to me. The only reason I was upset is because it was marked as delivered, dog. Marked as delivered. That's big props. It's a big prop for me. So I go in there. I said, any way that you guys can give me this information? And she goes, yeah, nah. And I said, why not? And she goes, well, that would be a breach of privacy. I looked her in the face. I go, you want to know what a breach of privacy is? Stealing my Father's Day gift. That's a breach of privacy. If anyone's privacy was breached, 'twas mine. So when I'm saying this to her, I said, is there any chance that you can go in the back and find out where this guy is for me so we could find my headphones that I've already paid for? And Apple, anything at Apple's extremely expensive and overpriced. So I'm very upset at the moment because this is a gift. So I'm going, okay, is there any way that you can go in the back? And she goes, yeah, I don't know. And now I'm starting to get mad. I go, there's no way that you can go in the back? Like, you guys can't call Uber Eats and find out? And she goes, hello. She goes, hello, sir. After we've been talking for about 6 minutes. So she fucking cuts me off with this. I don't understand why girls do this and think that this is going to stop me from doing whatever else I was just saying. Okay? Don't put up this invisible force field that you think is going to, like, that is impenetrable. I will penetrate you. I will penetrate your force field, I mean. I will penetrate your force field, is what I meant. I'll penny your force, and I will tell you this. Of all the times that I've been upset, this was the most upset because they said, no, yeah, I can't do this for you because it'd be a breach of security and it'd be a breach of privacy and a violation. I'm like, yo, is this like your fucking girlfriend or your boyfriend? Like, you don't want to violate this Uber driver thief's trust? What the fuck are you talking about? So now I go full white. I go, I want to press charges. I want to press charges right now. And she goes, yeah, you're going to like have to like call the police and like file a police report. And I was like, yeah, I know how that works. I know how to call the police. I'm 33 years old. I would hope I know how to call the police, ma'am. She did not like that. So I said, I'm going to call them and have them come here and see if they can get the thing. She was like, you can do that, but we're not going to let them do like that. We're not going to let them do that. I'm sorry. So I'm just saying, okay, now I'm trying to figure out that Apple is above the law. Apple is bigger than little America. You know, Apple is bigger than the government. So there's a security guard there that's like a former cop, right? And he's like, hey, man, like I'm listening a little bit to like what's going on. He goes, why don't you call Uber Eats and see what happens? So I'm like, that's a great idea. This cloudiness of anger. You know, I said, listen, this guy used to be a cop. He's giving me the old fucking run around about, you know, where he used to work and like how people steal stuff from the Apple store all the time, which I don't give a fucking shit about because I want my shit. Okay? And I'm going, listen, guy. That's a great idea. Let me call Uber Eats. So I call Uber Eats, and they're like, hey, what's up? I'm also a Diamond member of Uber, which doesn't mean anything now. But I was like, you know, hey, what's up? I'm a Diamond member. Because they tell you, like, oh, thank you for being a Diamond Perks member. And stuck around. So I'm just like, okay, cool. I said, listen, an Uber Eats delivery was supposed to come from the Apple store at this location to this location. It's a gift for Father's Day. This is what it is. Blah, 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 blah. So the woman is typing all the stuff in. She goes, yeah, I see it right here. It said it was marked as delivered. I said, yeah, but it wasn't. The person stole it. They stole it from me. And she goes, oh, yeah. And I said, yeah. So I go, can you find out where this guy is? And maybe you can call him. And then we could find out where my stuff is for my father on Father's Day. And she goes, yeah, no, I can't. It would be a breach. You know, it'd be a violation of privacy. I said, why are they defending this fucking driver so much? This guy stole from me. Petty larceny? This guy's a larcenist. Thief. Stealer of things. Lifter of purchases. You know? And I'm like, listen, she's like, you're going to have to ask the Apple store. So the lady in the Apple store, I go back, I go to the old security guard, and I was like, listen, I called the Uber, and they were like, go fuck yourself, pretty much. And then I came in here, and they like told me, go fuck yourself, pretty much. So the lady comes back out, she goes, listen, I'll file an incident report for you. I said, why didn't you tell me that 30 minutes ago? Why are you letting me just running around calling people trying to figure this out? And I said, listen, deep down in your heart, I said, you know I'm right. Out of nowhere, I said that. I don't know why. I said, in your heart, you know I'm right. I questioned this woman's heart over headphones in the middle of the Apple store in front of like 30 people. I said, in your heart, you know I'm right. In your heart, you know I'm right. If anyone's had anything wrong done to them to me today, it's me. And you know it. In your heart, you know that. In your heart, you know I'm right. And she goes, yeah, I'll file an incident report for you. So this girl sucked ass so much. Goes back to suck. Sucked ass could be positive, but in this case, it's a negative. She sucked ass. So I go, listen, what do I do about getting these in time for Father's Day? She goes, you could buy another pair. And I said, you know what? No, I'm not going to buy another pair. And I'm never going to buy anything from this fucking Apple store ever again. She goes, sir, that's your prerogative. I'm sorry that's happened to you. It's really like, oh my God. I said, yeah, all right. And I'm leaving. And then as I'm leaving, I go, I really do need those headphones though. So I go back downstairs and I say, listen, I'm sorry. You just got to understand. This is like crazy for me. She was like, I understand. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. I said, you know what? Can you go get the headphones and I'll just buy the other pair and then I'll wait for the refund? And she was like, yeah, of course. We could do that for you. 15 more minutes I'm waiting for the headphones to be brought out from the back. 15 minutes I'm waiting. 15 minutes go by. She comes back out with the headphones and goes, all right, so you ready to wrap this whole thing up? And I was like, wait a second. Is she being condescending or is she just like being nice? I took it as condescending. I looked down at the headphones. I said, you know what? I don't want them. And in my mind, I thought that she was going to be like, oh, dude, like you made me like do all this stuff. She goes, okay, see you later. This woman couldn't have been nicer and couldn't have been more of a bitch at the same time. I couldn't figure her out. She was one of the only people that was ever to be able to successfully perform mental gymnastics on me. This woman ran laps around my brain. Destroyed me. And then I didn't even realize that I rented a Revel scooter to get there, and I was in there for so long that I had to pay so much for the goddamn scooter. And my dog had diarrhea the entire day. So between getting stolen from, diarrhea, pee, all over the place, all right? It was just one of those days where I was like, I'm good on this day. But then it brought me back. I said, you know what's good about Father's Day? You're not one yet. That's a plus. So count your lucky eggs. What? Count your lucky stars. Did I just say count your lucky eggs? Don't touch these eggs. These are my lucky eggs. All right? And I'm counting them. I know how many are here. And if one of my lucky eggs goes away, someone's going to fucking die. Okay? If one of these lucky eggs are gone, I'm going to shoot you in the fucking face, bitch. That's what it is. But yeah, man, that's how my weekend went. My weekend went, pretty shitty. But, I was said the show must go on, There's a lot of, more serious problems going out in the world. But, I know a lot of people come to this show to escape from those things. But, yeah. I feel like I'm in a good place. I'm happy about where the show is at. But if you guys can go ahead and shoot a like, and a subscription, and fucking hit the bell. I hate how these guys say things on YouTube. What's up, guys? Make sure to hit that like button. Fucking smash that sub button. Fucking sodomize that notification bell. It's like, dude, all right. And what's up with YouTube? Like, make shit easier. Like, make an all-encompassing button, you fucking idiots. While I'm on this platform, hit one button and it does everything at the same time. Or make a link that you could just send to somebody and it automatically subscribes them. sub link or something like that. Figure it out. You know, why do I have to give these people that will watch my show so many instructions? Yo, what's up? Make sure to like this. Helps with the algorithm. Hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so when anything gets pasted, you're first to know. All right? I can barely do my own fucking laundry. You think I want to do these 3 things? These people have so much shit going on. But yeah, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and the notification bell. Shout out to everybody out there just living their life. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Thank you for hanging out. This is pretty much my introduction to stand-up. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I hope you guys loved it. And then if I ever do a live show, I hope you guys would come to my live show. Maybe I should do a live show. I'll think about it. I could probably get a venue to trust me. I think I have enough clout. I think I have enough clout. I hate that word, clout. Stop saying clout. Clout chaser. Clout. Fuck you. Anyway. But yeah, you guys can find me at LoPriore on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, twitch.tv/LoPriore69. I'll do a lot more music reviews on there going forward. I think that's kind of my wave on the internet. And on Twitch and playing Elden Ring and stuff. And then Michael, you could follow Michael, twitch.tv/Michael_LoPriore on Twitch. And I don't know any of his other handles. But yeah, thank you to all the patrons. You guys are amazing. New Patreon exclusive coming out this week. Michael and I are playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the new game that came out. So I'm very excited about that. And if you want to join the Patreon, go to patreon.com/LoPriore podcast. We have a goal that we're trying to reach. We're going to do some fun stuff for it. I was inspired by Michael's Twitch subathon. So we have some cool things that we'll be doing for a certain number that we hit and certain numbers that we hit. And we're going to dedicate an entire episode to it, coming up with ideas for it. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week. And we'll be back next week with Mike in studio. And then if you want to see Michael this week, you can go to our Patreon, patreon.com/LoPriore podcast, and watch play video games. I love you guys so much. Peace. Out of here. Fuck. Joe Biden fell off his bicycle.